Welcome back. Joining us this morning is Tamsin Taylor with the Ashland Sunrise Project. Good morning, Tamsin. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for inviting us, Natalie.
Of course. Now, for those watching that maybe don't know what a sundown town is, can you explain what that is and why it matters to Southern Oregon?
A sundown town, unfortunately, is a town where Black people had to get out of town before the sun went down. Mm-hmm. It's a terrible history. Oregon itself was the only state to come into the Union with abolishing slavery and Black exclusion laws.
Mm-hmm. So it is an unfortunate part of Oregon's history.
Absolutely.
The Sunrise Project seeks to change how we move forward. Can you explain a little bit about what the Sunrise Project does?
So the Sunrise Project is not about blaming and shaming white people who are here, in the words of Mike and Emily Green. It is about understanding what happened, because it explains today, and not only what happened, but what is still sometimes going on today. Mm-hmm. So Sunrise is the opposite. It is encouraging communities to be welcoming, especially to people of color. It's part of the Oregon Remembrance Project, and there are remembrance projects in Coos Bay, in Grants Pass, in Ashland, and in La Grande.
Mm-hmm. So it's not just something that's specific to our area. Can you explain a little bit about the reach of the Sunrise Project and Sunrise communities?
The Sunrise Project, the Oregon Sunrise Project, Taylor Stewart started the Oregon Sunrise Project, started with the lynching in Coos Bay, the only documented lynching in Coos Bay in 1902 of Alonzo Tucker, and he will talk about that tonight.
Mm-hmm. Tonight, like you mentioned, there is an event called How Do You Reconcile a Lynching? A Story of Justice and Redemption. What do you think people are going to take away from that event?
Hopefully an understanding of what happened, what Oregon's history is, what Southern Oregon's history is, and what to do about it. Mm-hmm. How to make our communities more welcoming for people of color.
What do you think, in your opinion, would be the ultimate victory for the Ashland Sunrise Project?
Let me say, lynchings, whether they're necktie lynchings, which happened in Jackson County, or the lynching in Coos Bay, they are terror tactics. That creates a fearful community, and fearful communities are not communities where people can thrive. Mm-hmm. So what we're looking for are communities where people can thrive. Mm-hmm. A crackerjack education, effective and affordable health care, safe communities, a robust civic life, and opportunities for people to thrive, and joy.
Well, Tamsin, we have to wrap up in a second, but before we go, is there anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers today?
We look forward to seeing you at 5:30 in SOU in the Mies Auditorium. Thank you, Natalie, so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Tamsin. The Ashland Sunrise Project is a truth and reconciliation coalition whose mission is to address the community's history as a former sundown town. The How Do You Reconcile a Lynching? A Story of Justice and Redemption event happens tonight at SOU's Mies Auditorium from 5:30 to 7 p.m. For more information, visit ashlandtogether.org. Once again, thank you so much, Tamsin, for being here.
Natalie, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.